Now we will discuss about invariant points and fixed point. The points which coincide with their transformations are called fixed or invariant points. In z-plane we have a point 2, 1. It will map into sigma plane at same point. So it is the condition of fixed point. We know that we have a sigma is equal to f of z. So at sigma plane our graph map into 2 and 1 point. If to determine a bilinear mapping we have fixed point, then by using this formula we can find out the bilinear mapping. We have two fixed points to find out the bilinear mapping. At any question, if we have a question to find the bilinear mapping by fixed point, then in question we have two fixed points. We can see the alpha map into f of alpha and beta map into f of beta. So by using this formula we can find out the bilinear mapping when we have a two fixed point. So sigma minus alpha over sigma minus beta is equal to lambda z minus alpha over z minus beta. Here lambda is just an information on a mapped point to get constant. We see the example of bilinear point, bilinear transformation. Determine the bilinear mapping xi of z that fixed point at z is equal to 1 and z is equal to 2 and is also such that sigma is equal to 3 at z is equal to 0. By using fixed point formula, this formula we have xi minus alpha over xi minus beta is equal to lambda z minus alpha over z minus beta. So we have, by putting the value of fixed point alpha and beta, z minus 1 over z minus 2 is equal to lambda z minus 1 over z minus 2. Now to find the lambda we put xi is equal to 3 and z is equal to 0 in equation 1. So we have equation 1 xi minus 1 over xi minus 2 is equal to lambda z minus 1 over z minus 2. Z is equal to 0, so 0 minus 1 over 0 minus 2 and xi is equal to 3, 3 minus 1 over 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2, 2, 3 minus 1, 1. So 2 is equal to lambda 1 by 2. So lambda is equal to 4. Substitute lambda is equal to 4 in this equation. Xi minus 1 over xi minus 2 is equal to 4, z minus 1 over z minus 2. So 4 multiplying by this, we have 4z minus 4 over z minus 2. We want to find out bilinear mapping and it is the form of xi. So we find out xi from this formulation. By cross multiplication we have xi minus 1 into z minus 2, 4z minus 4 into xi minus 2. So this multiplying by this we have this line, and by multiplying this bracket into this we have this. Just simplify it by combining the same values. We have minus 3z xi plus 2 xi is equal to minus 7z plus 6. Xi is common, so we have minus 3z plus 2 minus 7z plus 6. Xi is equal to minus 7z plus 6 over minus 3z plus 2. So from numerator denominator we will take a common minus. So it will become 7z minus 6 over 3z minus 2. Minus will cancel out with minus. So we have 7z minus 6 over 3z minus 2. Now by using this xi mapping we will find out the image. Using the mapping xi is equal to 7z minus 6 over 3z minus 2, determine the image in the xi plane of y is equal to 0, z mod is equal to 2 by 3, y is equal to 1 and z mod is equal to 1. I will solve these two parts on the same pattern. You can solve C and D part. First we will take y is equal to 0. Given mapping is xi is equal to 7z minus 6 over 3z minus 2. We know that xi is equal to sigma is equal to eta plus iota eta is equal to 7 and z is equal to x plus iota y minus 6, 3 into x plus iota y minus 2. So we have, as we have a condition y is equal to 0, so by putting y is equal to 0 we have 7x minus 6 over 3x minus 2. So by comparing real and imaginary part, xi is equal to 7x minus 6 over 3x minus 2 and eta is equal to 0. The image is the real axis in the z plane. In sigma plane, in z plane y is equal to 0, but in the sigma plane the image is the real axis along x-axis, so along x-axis eta is equal to 0. Now we will take z mod is equal to 2 by 3. The circle z mod is equal to 2 by 3 passes through the point z mod is equal to 2 by 3, which maps to infinity. The image will be a straight line in the sigma plane. We discussed this point and inversion mapping. So now we checked as our circle map in the form of a straight line. So we know that z is equal to r e iota theta, and here r is equal to 2 by 3 e iota theta. Just put the value of z in this equation. So we have 7 into z 2 by 3 e iota theta minus 6, 3 into 2 by 3 e iota theta minus 2, 7 into 2 by 3, 7 to the 14 by 3 e iota theta minus 6, and 3 cancel out with 3, so 2 e iota theta minus 2. By taking common 2 by 3 from numerator and 2 from denominator, we have 2 by 3, 7 e iota theta minus 9, and from denominator 2 into e iota theta minus 1. So 2 cancel out with this, so we have 1 by 3 into 7 e iota theta minus 9 over e iota theta minus 1. By taking the negative sign common, we have this form. Now in numerator we have a complex number, so we multiply and dividing by the sign of iota. So 1 minus e minus iota theta and 1 minus e minus iota. Now numerator multiplying by numerator and denominator multiplying by denominator. Just simplify by multiplying, we have this, and multiplying into 1 minus e iota theta multiplying by 1 minus e iota minus theta, we have 2 into cos theta minus iota sin theta minus cos theta plus iota sin theta. So just simplify this and this step. We have 16 into 1 minus cos theta and 2 into 1 minus cos theta plus 2 iota sin theta over 2 1 minus cos theta. By putting the half angle formula, sin theta is equal to 2 sin theta by 2 and cos theta by 2, and 1 minus cos theta is equal to 2 sin square theta by 2. Just put sin theta and 1 minus cos theta value in this. We have iota 2 sin theta by 2, cos theta by 2, and 2 sin square theta by 2. 2 cancel out by 2 and sin theta by 2 cancel out by sin square theta by 2. So we have cos theta by 2 and sin theta by 2. Cos by sin is equal to cot theta by 2. So we can see that there corresponds a straight line 8 by 3 parallel to imaginary axis.